And tonight, did Casey Anthony do something horrible in the woods of Orlando? Now, Casey is still behind bars, not cooperating with investigators, while her daughter, Caylee, remains missing. Caylee's grandfather last saw her alive on June 16th. And according to new reports, the very next day, June 17th, Casey Anthony went to a densely wooded area near the Orlando airport. Records from Casey's cell phone company reportedly prove the jailed mother went to this remote area. The question is why? Joining us live is Drew Petromo, reporter for WDBO Radio. And Drew, I understand you've been able to independently confirm the information about going to the woods.
That's incorrect. I haven't been able to independently confirm that on myself. This information comes from one of our local TV stations out of Orlando. It's actually the sister station of my station. So, well, you know, we take them at their word for what they have found. What they did find, they found what happens is whenever you roam with your cell phone, it pings off these cell phone towers. And I haven't seen the methodology that they used, but they have determined that she was in a wooded area not far from here, her home, on the day of June 17th.
Well, I can tell. I can add one thing is that we have a good source that says that as well. That there's some remote area near the airport. Is there any more? Was there any effort to search that area today?
I understand that there were cadaver dogs searching that area, the same kind of dogs that alerted on Casey's car in her backyard. So they were searching that wooded area. It is a pretty expansive area out there by the airport. Again, it's not too far away from right here where I'm standing right now, but we haven't heard a word back that there wasn't any earth-shattering findings that they made today.
It's about a 5 or 10 minute drive, is that right, from where you are?
Right.
Now, that's the 17th, the night of the 17th, which is Tuesday. It's the next day, the 18th, that the neighbor seems to recall her borrowing a shovel and backing the car in the back in the driveway. Is the neighbor certain of that date, the 18th, if you know?
Well, there's been some different reports of it. We know some people said that they have asked him. Some of the guys out here working with your show have told me that they've asked him, and that's the date that he said. I've heard other people say that it was the 17th that she borrowed the shovel, and the 18th that he was backed into that she was backed into the driveway. We tried to ask investigators that at a round table the other day, and they wouldn't come with any details as to specific dates. So it's been kind of hard to confirm that when we talk with investigators.
And we only have 30 seconds left, but today the grandparents met with their daughter in jail?
They did. They went. This was the previous three had been canceled visits, but they did make it in. I'm sure you probably have the tape. George Anthony kind of blew up on one of the reporters down there because he posed the question that maybe that Caylee had died in an accident or been killed, and he pretty much flipped out on one of the reporters at the jail.
Drew, thank you as always.
Thanks for having me.
And jailed mother Casey Anthony, as just noted, finally did agree to a jailhouse visit. Her parents, who are the grandparents of Caylee, visited their daughter today in jail. The jailed mother had canceled 3 previous attempts by her family to visit her in jail. When grandparents George and Cindy arrived at the jail, George was understandably upset.
Guys, just leave us alone, please. Don't go up here. Do not follow us in the gate. Do not bother us when we're standing in line. Please.
Do you have anything to say about the new theory that he might be dead? It might have been an accident?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You know, let me tell you one thing. That is the reason why the phone call 11 o'clock last night, the lady was crying because of that kind of stuff on the radio or on the news that she held back.
Let us go.
That she held back for 4 weeks calling it a tip because she was afraid, and they just spotted Caylee again. So you guys better just quicken.
Get out of my way. If you want to be knocked down, get out of my way. Do not come past here. Please, do not come past. Honor the respect of these other people for a change. Honor them.
Obviously very tough for the parents, and of course we don't know what happened while the grandparents were inside the jail meeting with their daughter. A tape of today's visit has not been released to the public yet, and we do not know what we do know that both parents are visibly upset. Cindy Anthony was crying after meeting with Casey. So will Casey have more jail visits with her family? This Saturday, Casey is scheduled for a jail visit with her brother Lee, and on Monday, Casey has another jail visit scheduled once again with her parents. Both of those visits are expected to be on video. And now clues you have never heard before from Casey Anthony's June roommate. Last night we showed you part 1 of our interview with Clint House, and tonight you will see the rest. Clint was around Casey all the time in the days before and the days after little Caylee's disappearance. Clint and Casey were briefly living at the same apartment with Casey's boyfriend. Does Clint know if Casey is, for instance, a thief? A friend named Amy has accused Casey Anthony of stealing from her. Clint went on the record. Do you know Amy at all?
No, I do not know Amy. I've never met Amy.
Do you know anything about Amy, anything being stolen or used or anything else by?
Other than what I've heard from the reports.
No personal knowledge?
No personal knowledge, no, ma'am.
She never took anything from you?
She never took anything from me, no.
Never took anything from Tony, as far as you know?
As far as I know.
Okay. Did you think it was odd you didn't know her friends?
Not at the time, no, but now looking back, yeah, it is kind of odd that she never brought out any of her girlfriends to any of our events that we threw or anything like that.
And she never talked about her mother and father or brother in anything but glowing terms?
Yeah, nothing but, just, mom, dad do this, they do that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Bizarre. Very bizarre. Any one-word thought? My word's bizarre. What's yours?
Insane. I guess that's my one word. My life's been like a bad made-for-TV movie lately.
Everybody says everything was fine, but everything wasn't fine. I mean, in some place, or something is not fine. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's what kind of, throws me off, is that she was able to be completely normal and everything like that, and still her daughter was missing.
Her mother told me that she said she was in Jacksonville at some point. Any time that you knew her being in Jacksonville the month of June?
No.
Was her mother calling or looking for her?
Not that I would know of.
Did you know if she was up until June 30th, was she actually talking to her mother frequently?
Yeah, it sounded like she was on the phone with her mom. Yeah, saying, oh, you're taking Caylee to do this, you're taking Caylee to do that, and because there was one time that she was actually supposed to go meet with her mom, but I think she forgot, or she got held up doing something, and she couldn't go, so she was on the phone with her mom saying, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I missed this, but I'm not going to be able to make it.
So you never heard anything bizarre like Caylee's here with me, mother, or anything like that, anything peculiar?
And then Caylee not being there?
Yes.
No, ma'am. No, that never heard anything like that.
So obviously this, as you've said, an insane situation, but is there anything now looking back that you think might have been a red flag, something weird?
No, not really. It just, everything seemed normal. I mean, she was around the apartment, she was happy, she was bouncing around, she'd be cooking, cleaning, just hanging out and, goofing off with us, but it seemed normal.
It's just so weird, that she's, so seemingly normal. It's clearly she's got a problem. There's some problem,
Yeah.
And poor you being dragged into this. I'm sorry you're dragged into this.
I wanted, I guess, people to know, the story of our friends, that we were all just getting to know Caylee and Casey. She'd been there for a month and a half before all this really happened. So we were all just as flabbergasted as everybody. It was, when the story broke that Caylee was missing, we were all just like, what? How do we not know? And especially with the first date that was said was June 9th, her missing, I thought back right away, and I had seen Caylee after June 9th. And that's what I told investigators right away, that I had definitely seen Caylee after June 9th, so I knew that date was not true.
So you never saw Caylee, though, after the 16th, which is Monday, the day after Father's Day?
The last 2 weeks of June, we never saw Caylee.
Coming up, we need you to become an investigator. Go on Greta Wire and help us out, because we've talked about the timeline of Caylee's disappearance, and tonight we're going to show you a special map of the important locations in this investigation. The clue to unlocking this mystery could be right there for all of us to see. If you see something, log on to Greta Wire and tell us. And later,